Ladies and gentlemen, in just a few moments, you'll be taken to the jury room by the bailiff. The first thing you should do is choose the foreperson who preside over your deliberations. The foreperson should see to it that your discussions are carried on in an organized way and that everyone has a fair chance to be heard. It is also the foreperson's job to sign and date the verdict form when all of you have agreed on a verdict and to bring the verdict form back to the courtroom when you return. During deliberations, jurors must communicate about the case only with one another and only when all jurors are present in the jury room. You are not to communicate with any person outside the jury room about this case. Until you have reached a verdict, you must not talk about this case in person or through the telephone, writing, or electronic communications such as a blog, Twitter, email, text message, or any other means. Do not contact anyone to assist you during the deliberations. These communications rules apply until I discharge you at the end of the case. If you become aware of any violation of these instructions or any other instruction I've given in this case, you must tell me by giving a note to the bailiff. Many of you have cell phones, tablets, laptops, or other electronic devices here in the courtroom. The rules do not allow you to bring your phones or any of those types of electronic devices into the jury room. Kindly leave those devices on your seats where they will be guarded by the bailiff while you deliberate. If you need to communicate with me, send a note through the bailiff signed by the foreperson, and you'll be given forms for that. If you have voted, do not disclose the actual vote in the note. If you have questions, I will talk with the attorneys before I answer, so it may take some time. You may continue your deliberations while you wait for my answer. I will answer any questions, if I can, in writing or orally here in open court. During the trial, items were received into evidence as exhibits. You may examine whatever exhibits you think will help you in your deliberations. Now, other than the exhibits that you're taking back with you, some of them, as you know, you see with gloves on, etc., we can't send those back. If you wish to see any of those exhibits that you do not have, just request that in writing and we'll make sure you get an opportunity to see them. In closing, let me remind you that it's important that you follow the law spelled out in these instructions in deciding your verdict. There are no other laws that apply to this case. Even if you do not like the laws that must be applied, you must use them. For 2 centuries, we live by the Constitution and the law. No juror has the right to violate these rules we all share. Now, Ms. Gallagher and Ms. Smart, if you have any personal belongings, Elaine will escort you back to get them. They're not being punished. They are alternate jurors, and they do not get an opportunity to deliberate. They're coming back. And for your other 6, if you please adjourn to the jury room, we'll be sending back the exhibits that are going to come back with you along with the verdict form. And remember, whoever is the foreperson, print your name under where you sign it. And Ms. Marte and Ms. Gallagher, if you just hang in for 1 second. You guys can have a seat for a minute. The hardest thing to be is an alternate because you have to sit through everything, you have to put up with everything. In your case, you have to make, child care arrangements. You your case, and your husband couldn't start popping them until later. But obviously, alternate jurors is extremely important. I can't tell you how many times we've had to use them. Other jurors get sick, emergencies come up, and if we don't have them and we fall below 6, then we got a mistrial, we have to start all over. So your participation is greatly appreciated. And I can't give you any extra money or anything like that, but I can give you these wonderful certificates of appreciation on behalf of all the judges here. And I got one of these, and I framed it in my bathroom, so you can do whatever you want. Okay, you turned in your buttons and everything?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
You're free. Sure, but yeah, because you're still on, correct? Sir, you're still on? Okay. You're free to talk about the case if you want. You don't have to, but it's up to you, so she'll just take out. Have we agreed on what exhibits are going back?
I think so, Judge.
Okay, I need to give the verdict form to Elaine when she comes out.
I know the court instructed them to leave their phones on their chairs. I noticed there are no phones on the chairs.
She usually grabs them, but
Yeah,
I'll make
just make sure, Elaine.
I'll make sure. I think she usually tells them, that's what she's doing now, and she usually brings them out and lays them on the witness.